How you all doing? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming along. Cheers. If you're watching this video, I assume you're a subscriber and you've got a notification, or you found a link. I've sent you a link somewhere on Facebook or somewhere, or you found it on YouTube. It come up in your list of videos to watch. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. The more the merrier. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I won't bombard you with videos after video after video. But I'd imagine most of you watching this video, you've done a search on YouTube. You're a Peaky Blinders fan. You've done a search on YouTube. There's not much information out there on the new show in Camden Town. My daughter bought some tickets to go to the Camden Town Peaky Blinders Immersive experience. What it basically is an old building in Camden Town which has been done up into like a Peaky Blinders set. Really, really good day out. So I wanted to pop on here and give you a few little pointers. So first things first, I think it's there's two nearby tubes. Have a look on the internet. There's two tubes nearby, Camden Town, and I think it's a milk farm, something like that. I'll put a correction below if I've made a mistake there. But have a look on the internet anyway. We went on a Saturday because we're getting old. My missus and I, Gillian and I, we always do sort of lunchtime stuff now, matinee stuff. We can't hack it with this late night stuff, especially up in London. So 3 o'clock start. We got there about 2:30. There's a queue forming already. So we took from Liverpool Street Station, we took a couple of tubes. We ended up on the new Elizabeth line. Fantastic line. Have a look at this now. Look at this line here. It's stunning. Absolutely awesome. It's brand new. The trains pull up. Oh, it's amazing. Brilliant. This is the new line. What's it called? Elizabeth line. Oh yeah, of course. Look, I've got a sign there. Elizabeth line. It's nice here, isn't it? Look.
Go on it, really.
Jesus. We come out the tube. We end up walking over some lunch. Nice and early. We end up walking past where the venue was, and we end up going to Camden Town under the bridge. You'll see the bridge now. I'll put a video clip here now. Under the famous bridge with the Camden Town writing on it. And if you get there early, I'll tell you what, something for nothing though. Try and get there early. Camden Town is buzzing. I've never ever been there before. Been to London on many, many occasions. We've both been to London loads of times. Never been to Camden Town. It is buzzing. During the daytime, nice weather. We was lucky we had nice weather. The market stalls and shops, it's just got a real good atmosphere. Oktoberfest, not this. Ignore what it says on the website. There's a Peaky Blinders Immersive experience website you can go on. We sort of went by that. I don't know how we ended up in the wrong place. We ended up walking too far down the road, turning back. Luckily a guy saw me dressed up and pointed us in the right direction. Basically, have a look at this sign here. The market, look. What that is. This is what you want to head for. You want to head for the Camden Town market. So you go under this archway here that I'm showing you in this video clip, and then turn right. And it's basically the building up in the front there. It's to the right of that building. Right, we found it.
I think I will.
There we go. That's where you want to go. So a few hints and tips, like a few tips and pointers for you. Get there about 30 minutes early before you're allowed in. They stamp your hand. They go down the line and stamp your hand. Make sure you dress up, guys and girls. Make sure you dress. You don't have to dress up. You won't fill out a place if you're not dressed up. But it does really make it if you dress up. You want to really. I mean, I got the tickets about 2 or 3 days before I was due to go, which gave me a bit of time. I treated myself to a new waistcoat. I'll put a link below, because honestly, I know you don't normally do shopping on clothes shopping on Amazon. So just under £25 on Amazon, these waistcoats, the one I bought, they're lovely. I'll put a link below. It might be an affiliate link, so I might earn 20 pence on every purchase you make. But if you do purchase through this link, please purchase through the link. It supports the channel. It will cost you absolutely no more. But with anything like that online, you're not sure whether it's right or wrong. The only downside to these waistcoats, I'll say the pockets are sewn up. And yes, I've had many suits before where the pockets are sewn up, but these pockets are properly sewn up. And I actually thought, oh no, there's no pocket there. I'll come to the reason you want a pocket in a minute. So be very careful. Your left-hand pocket, which is normally your non-dom. What they say is, I've done some research, if you're going to get a pocket watch, so you use that pocket for a pocket watch, okay? So you normally have they say you have the non-dominant hand, so you want the pocket watch on your non-dominant hand. So you write with your right hand, you put your pocket watch in your left pocket. So I only unpicked the left pocket. I was a bit unsure at first whether the waistcoat actually had pockets, but it does have pockets. The two bottom pockets are real pockets, but they're not just tacked up, which normally when you buy a suit they're tacked. They're properly sort of sewn up. So just be very careful when you're unstitching that pocket. So just do your left pocket or your right pocket. As I said, depending on which way you want to hold your watch, your pocket watch. I'd say a pocket watch sets it off really nicely. So get yourself somewhere a cheap pocket watch, a chain. You want the chain and pocket watch. The pocket watch I bought had a chain. It came with a belt clip, but that can just poke through the hole on the button of your waistcoat. Just sets it off nice. I've been flicking through the internet today, and I must admit, if I went back to something like that again, or I'd done a 1920s, 1930s dress-up scenario, I'd probably go for the full Monty suit, and it does look nice. I wear flat caps quite often, so I mean, the Baker's Boy caps are the ones you want, really, not a flat cap like this. The Baker's Boy is like in quadrants, and it's got a button on the top, so that's the sort of hat you want. If you haven't got one, just as you're queuing up opposite, there's a couple of shops selling the hats there, not fortunes of money. When you come out the venue after you've done your show, there's shops, if you want to buy some memorabilia, there's a shop there selling t-shirts and the hats. I didn't see any shops outside. They're missing a trick there. I didn't see any shops selling any pocket watches or chains. I mean, there should be a shop outside selling. There's a load of shops. Camden Market, that area is fantastic, honestly. But there's a load of shops and eateries there and bars. And also down the road. So get them nice and early. Go and do a bit of shopping. Get yourself maybe a flat cap or a Baker's Boy hat. Baker's Boy cap you want, really. Yeah, make an effort. Girls and guys, make an effort and dress up. It does really make a difference, I think. I just whacked some sort of chinos on. I had my boots because I think the 1920s, 1930s Birmingham gangsters, the Peaky Blinders lot, I think they wore boots. I happen to have brogue boots anyway. I bought the waistcoat. The shirt, my Harry Hill shirt, didn't look the part. If you look at the clips of me, didn't really look the part. You want I think it's called a penny collar shirt. Doesn't have to be a button-on shirt, a granddad shirt. I think they call it a penny collar shirt or a round collar shirt. You want a small collar. That's probably what I'll wear next time. There's a couple of guys that are wearing the bow ties. They look good. Nice three-piece suit with a bow tie. Looks good with a Baker's Boy hat. Yeah, so I think that if I went again, or I'm giving advice to you guys out there, if you've not been yet, get yourself a nice shirt with a small collar, waistcoat, pocket watch, brogue shoes or boots, whatever. In America, they call the penny collar shirt, I think they call it a club shirt in America. So the shirt sets it off, definitely. But it doesn't have to be a granddad shirt. Anyway, so you queue up, you get your hand stamped, they check your tickets, you get your hand stamped, and then this guy calls you around the door. It's the Garrison, the venue. Basically, it's what it is. So let me explain to you what it is. It's a big old building. And I don't think it's been converted. I mean, someone who works there, one of the actors, can, if they watch this video, they can correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like an actual old building. When you go in there, it almost looks like a horse's stables. So when you let me explain. When you first go, there's a couple of little spare rooms. When you first go in, there's a massive big open room where you have a little meeting and a drink, and there's a little bar in the corner, and with some big double doors. That's where they do some boxing and some acting, and they set some different scenes. I won't spoil it for you, but there's different scenes set in there. I mean, I've not told you anything so far that you won't see in the video clips on the actual website. Wasn't allowed to take any video clips inside. Wasn't really allowed to do any photographs. One disappointment I'd say is that when we was in there, on the outside and also on the website, they say that you can take photographs. There'll be photo opportunities after the event, after it finished. I did get moaned at, and a few of us got moaned at outside. They're trying to take a couple of pictures. That was outside before we even entered the building. We got moaned at, so quite strict on that rule. But at the very, very end of the show, the only downside I would say is that they ushered you out pretty quick, and it's only because we stopped, Julie and I stopped, and a couple of people stopped, sort of forcibly took some photographs in some different venues, different air rooms, and I'll show you them now. So these photographs, one is me in the gambling room. We didn't really get a chance to take a lot of photographs. I was sort of under the impression that the actors might have wandered about and you took some photographs of them, but they sort of just disappeared. In actual fact, when Julie and I came out the venue round the corner, we was just looking at some hats in the shop. And lo and behold, one of the young lads, I think he played Tommy. Was it Tommy? Yeah, one of the actors walked past in that series in a normal clothes. Obviously, got the Peaky Blinders haircut, but he walked past in his normal clothes. So he must have got out there really, really quick. Got changed. Obviously, he wants to shoot off for a quick shower, a bit of lunch to come back for the second show, I think. But you know, I was a bit disappointed, and I'll say that was the only disappointment was that you didn't have a photograph opportunity with anyone, you know. But you could wander about and take photographs, but we felt like everyone was walking out, so we felt like we was ushered out a little bit, which is a bit of a contradiction to what they say on the website, and a bit of a contradiction what they tell you when you first go in. They say you can take photographs, there'll be photographic opportunities, but there wasn't really, I would say that. It would be nice at the very, very end of the show when we clapped them, you clap all the actors and actresses for doing a great show. It would have been nice if at the end of it they could have sort of said, right, okay, the lights could be brightened up a little bit now and you can take some photographs. There wasn't really that opportunity. They didn't really encourage it, as it were. And getting back to the battle of photographs, was actually outside in Camden Market, outside the building, and they really do go into character. So there's this big tall gentleman in his Baker Boy hat, three-piece suit with his pocket watch on the steps of the building. This is outside the building, ushering us forward before you go in, and it sort of starts, the show starts right there and then, although you're outside. And the next minute you know, he's pointing his finger over to a guy behind me who was nothing to do with the show, wasn't even going in the show, and starts, "Oi, you F this, F that, do one," in character, but he said he's got to do one, and this bloke's a little bit shocked, I think. He was basically told to move alongside, no photographs. He swore, I mean, don't go to this show if you're easily offended. This guy swore a few times, as did all the actors and actresses. But I think outside there's a woman walking past with two young kids, and I noticed that he's swearing left, right and centre when a woman walked past with two young kids. It wasn't gated off, it's not their land, it's just a path going past the building. I felt that was a bit over the top. They're getting character straight away. So that's my two little moans about it. A bit of swearing outside wasn't called for, and also the photographic opportunities at the very end of the show were a little bit limited, you know. Right, headed into the show, I absolutely loved it. If I went back again, I mean, I would like to go, but I'd like to dress up. You must make an effort to dress up. I did dress up, I had the waistcoat, I didn't have the correct shirt on really, but I sort of done it on the hurry up. I just sort of wore some stuff that I already had, apart from the waistcoat. Again, if you want a waistcoat, click the link below. Those waistcoats are nice, I've got one. I've actually looked at them earlier, I might get a couple for Christmas for going out. It really makes you want to dress up, so if I went again, yeah, I really would dress up in a suit or something smart and get the hat and the pocket watch again. So basically you usher into a big room, they do a little chat and a meeting. In actual fact, Jill and I and another couple were taken to one side by Alfie Solomons, and there's a guy who's like basically Alfie Solomons, but not Alfie Solomons, but he looks like him, sounds like an actor. Took us into a quiet room, bribed us with sort of fake money. There's a lot of not fake money, but it's like the old pound notes. So you're given these old pound notes to hand out. I think you're meant to put these back in the pot when you go, but I kept some as a bit of a memorabilia. And he's sort of like bribing you. He does it in the old Birmingham accent. Well, no, Alfie Solomon's accent actually. He wants to find out what Tom is up to, blah blah blah. It's a bit of a game play. It's an immersive experience. So do you know, I found it a bit, I've never ever done something like that before. Found it a little bit strange, a little bit weird, but it was bloody good. I mean, if you're into Peaky Blinders, it was a good day out. So you go through there, and we caught the others up. They'd all had a drink, then we went back. And then when you go through the big double doors, there's just a load of rooms on the left and right. And when I say rooms, they're not secluded rooms. They're not like walls from ceiling to floor. They're 4 foot high, or say this bar height basically, of or a bit higher. A solid old timber. They look really, really old. And then there's metal railings, which makes me look like, it does seem like it's an old stables or something like that, an old farmyard. But I don't know. I don't know if it's fake. I don't think it's fake. I think it's an original old building. It looks like an original old building. But so as you go, and you got the laundry on the right hand side. So you got old laundry hanging up. That in actual fact is used as a cloak room. As you go through on the left, you got your bar, the Garrison bar. Everyone's in character. You go into the bars, everyone's in character, and then you've got Johnny there, Polly, who's brilliant. They're all the actors are brilliant. They look like them, they sound like them. It's really, really. Polly's fantastic. They do a bit of a show. They do a big grand thing about Tommy turning up and all that, 'cause he's late as usual this meeting. So you're literally walking up and down. You go to the bar, and obviously you go to the bar and you have a few drinks. They're not free. You got to buy the drinks. There's a lot of this stuff at Camden. Obviously Camden beer there. Just so you know, I think that's about £5.40 for a can of that. We're talking October 2022. Jill and I think we're drinking. Jill was drinking pink gin and tonic. I was drinking, to get into character, of course, I was drinking whiskey and coke. Maybe it should have been a straight whiskey, but I'm not man enough for that. But it should have been a straight whiskey, but I was drinking whiskey and coke, so I think that's £14. Pink gin and tonic and a whiskey and coke. Just to give you an idea, 2 mixers was about £7 each. Like they had a specials board sort of thing. So the beers were like, I'll start drinking these later on, £5.40 for the beers. You could drink as much as you could afford, basically. But what happens is, they're doing speeches, they're doing music, they're doing singing. Grace was there around a piano. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's fighting going on, and you're just literally standing there up against you. I mean, it's really weird. You're literally standing with some people you don't know, and then a girl dressed up, one of the actresses, would come and talk to you about Tommy Shelby, and it's really, it's strange. In the Birmingham, they take you into the little office. If you've got a minute, come into the office. You go into the office, they give you some fake money and say, look, we want to find this out. It's all make-believe, obviously. I put a bet on, I got a little betting slip there for the Grand National, Shelby Co-Limited Grand National, Irish Dragon. I put a couple of quid on that. But, you know, it's not make-believe. There's no racing or anything like that. It's good. If you're a Peaky Blinder fan, I don't want to tell you too much, but you'll love it. But you've got to dress up. Get yourself a bake, not this cat. You get yourself a baker's, I think it's a baker's boy cat. Get yourself a nice suit. Definitely get yourself a waistcoat. The old pocket watch sets it off. I did get, because sometimes you're standing there, and I'll stand at the side because I had the old scotch, and you're standing there, and people are looking at you. They think you're part of the show because you can't work out who's part of the show and who's not. It's really, it's a funny experience, and it was a good day out. Yeah, so there's some little video clips there. Not a lot. They wouldn't let me film inside. We've done a couple of photographs at the end, and you know, I just wanted to come online and tell you a bits and bobs about it. So if you found this video by searching for Peaky Blinders Immersive Experience, hope you found this video. If you're one of the actors or actresses watching, or you're part of the production team doing the lighting and the sound, what a great show. Those actors and actresses, they've got some balls, I'll tell you that for nothing, because they're right up close. They've done I can't say too much, but there's bits and pieces where they come right up to you talking about stuff, and it's like it's about, but they're totally in character. It's like walking on set, a film set, filming Peaky Blinders, but they're talking to you. And it's really, really, if you're not prepared for it, it's a little bit. If you go on the website, they do say if you don't want to get involved, you can stand back, or you can ask for a lanyard or something to go any neck at the beginning. But you don't want to do that. But if you just step back, and you don't want to know, you sort of walk away. It's quite a funny experience. I'd go back. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's good. We come out of there after the show, a couple of hours after the show, and I didn't buy it. I wanted to get a baker's bite. I won't get a hat there. I think I can get a hat anywhere. I've got enough bloody flat caps at the moment. If I go back, I'll tell you what I love. People know I love sort of doing a bit of fancy dress and that. And that 1920s, 1930s gear is lovely. I'm looking now for the old shirts now, the penny collar shirts. The one I had was a bit of a Harry Hill one, to be fair with you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I want to get a waistcoat and shirt on for Christmas, really. I think the old pocket watch. Get yourself a pocket watch, lads, and ladies, get yourself a bit of a hair thing going on and a nice dress. It was good. I enjoyed it. We come out there. It's my birthday gift, basically, my daughter. So thank you, darling. We come out there and we want to get home because we're getting to age now. We sort of get home safe and sound. But we stopped in a bar called, I think it's called the Monarch Bar, which is opposite and down the road towards the tube station. Lovely little bar that was. And I bumped into a nice family that sat on the table there watching the football. I had a couple of beers in there, and they're all about. I think you're looking at not expensive because where I'm from in Essex, we've got we pay about anything from £4 to £6 a pint anyway. So and this bar, I think there's a Monarch bar, I think it was called, nice little pub. They had the football in there. They was charging for Stedders, they were charging I think £6 a pint or something. That wasn't extortionate, just sort of going rate really. And a family come and sat with us and got talking to him. While Jill disappeared to the toilet, got talking to his family. And I asked him about, they live around the corner in Camden Town. And I said about, is it like dodgy around his area, blah, blah. He said just literally he's okay up till about 10 o'clock, and after 10 o'clock he said it's a little bit of a, you know, there's people nicking your phones on scooters and there's some drug dealers about. If you live in Camden, please don't put any negative comments and start having a pop at me. That's what I was told, you know. But then a lot of places are a bit dodgy nowadays at that sort of time of night. You don't be wandering around London at that sort of night, that time of night, I wouldn't have thought anyway. That's why we've done the matinee show. When we go to the theatre as well, we do the lunchtime show, a bit of lunch before, watch the show and come home, or vice versa. And you can get home safe and sounding, can't you? Well, my light's still out a little bit, but I just thought I'd pop on. So, I'll give you a little bit of a few tips on, as I say, we got lost, so I thought I'll let you know where the place actually was. Don't ask me why we got lost. I'll tell you why we got lost, because we put the, when you're using, I always use Google Maps, so on your phone it's great, trains, planes, automobiles, etc, etc, because you're moving faster. When you're walking, you're not walking that fast, so you can't see the road if you're going in the right direction on your phone. When it went from 7 minutes, from 3 minutes to 5 minutes to 7 minutes, I should have realised it was going in the wrong direction. But we got there in time, but just achy feet, that's all. But on the positive side, we saw some lovely people, lovely atmosphere down in Camden, lovely shops there, and outdoor food places, and really, really good. My advice, get there early and make the most of it, because it's a lovely place, Camden, really buzzing. So yeah, we got there, get there nice and early, do a little bit of shopping, have a look around the shops. You don't have to take a hat with you, you can go and buy yourself a hat from the shop outside the Garrison place, the building. And if you're heading for it, you're heading for the Camden Market, through the side, under the sign, turn right, easy to find. I could go there like that tomorrow. But if you're a subscriber and that didn't interest you whatsoever, you know, it wasn't for you. So this video really is for people that are sort of looking for the Peaky Blinders experience. The immersive experience is showing at the moment in October 2022 in Camden Town. Well worth a visit. Give it a go. If you've been there already, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of it. I was just sort of a little bit, I've never done that sort of thing before, so I was a bit unsure, but yeah, I loved it. And I was looking at the photographs, the videos earlier, and I'd actually love to dress up and go back again, to be fair. I'm waiting for a mate to turn and say, oh, Johnny boy, we're going to do a Peaky Blinders fancy dress up at Christmas or something, or New Year's Eve or whatever. That'd be good, because I've been looking on the internet today for all the gear, and they do some lovely gear. The 1920s, 1930s gear is lovely. The old small collar shirts, pocket watches, waistcoats, it looks nuts. Thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please think about subscribing. I won't bombard with a load of videos, but it helps the channel. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish my whiskey. Thanks to the family, thanks to my daughter and co for buying us the tickets for my birthday. If you like the video, click like, subscribe. Thank you very much. Cheers, I'll see you again.
I won't look back ever again.